Saint Germaine Cousin, also Germana Cousin, Germaine of Pibrac, or Germana, was a French saint. She was born in 1579 to humble parents at Pibrac, a village from Toulouse. From her birth she seemed marked out for suffering. She came into the world with a deformed hand and the disease of scrofula, and, while yet an infant, lost her mother. Her father soon married again, but his second wife treated Germaine with much cruelty. Under pretense of saving the other children from the contagion of scrofula, she persuaded the father to keep Germaine away from the homestead, and thus the child was employed almost from infancy as a shepherdess. When she returned at night, her bed was in the stable or on a litter of vine branches in a garret. In this hard school Germaine learned early to practice humility and patience. She was gifted with a marvelous sense of the presence of God and of spiritual things, so that her lonely life became to her a source of light and blessing. Her love for Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament and for his Virgin Mary Virgin Mother presaged the saint. She assisted daily at the Holy Sacrifice. When the bell rang, she fixed her sheep hook or distaff in the ground, and left her flocks to the care of Providence while she heard Mass. Although the pasture was on the border of a forest infested with wolves, no harm ever came to her flocks. According to one story, one day in winter, when she was being chased by her stepmother who accused her of stealing bread, she opened her apron and fresh summer flowers fell out. She offered the flowers to her stepmother as a sign of forgiveness. Her father at last came to a sense of his duty, forbade her stepmother henceforth to treat her harshly, and wished to give her a place in the home with his other children, but Germaine begged to be allowed to remain in the humbler position. At this point, when men were beginning to realize the beauty of her life, she died. One morning in the early summer of 1601, her father found that she had not risen at the usual hour and went to call her, finding her dead on her pallet of vine twigs. She was 22 years old at the time. Her remains were buried in the parish church of Pibrac in front of the pulpit. In 1644, when the grave was opened to receive one of her relatives, the body of Germaine was discovered fresh and perfectly preserved. It was exposed for public view. On the 7th of May 1854, Pius IX proclaimed her beatification. He proclaimed her a saint on the 29th of June 1867.